Hi, it's me, Julie Wolf, Skype coach, and you are looking at my Basic Skype Training Skype list. You can subscribe to this Skype list of mine, Julie Wolf, Skype coach, and here's what you will get. You'll get my Basic Skype Training free, and I'll explain that in a moment. You'll get access to advanced Skype training for business and networking. You'll have access to me as a contact of Skype as your Skype coach for better interactive support, answering your Skype questions whenever I can find the free time on Skype. And you'll get Skype follow-up reminders to support your goals. And you'll get those only once every 10 to 30 days, 1 to 3 times a month. Now, what's included in Skype training? Here's what I cover in my Basic Skype Training course. You get insider tips on installing Skype, basically what you might want to consider unchecking as you install the software, how to choose a Skype name for different uses like branding versus prospecting versus just personal use for Skype, choosing your Skype username or Skype name or Skype ID, which is unchangeable. Skype profile setup for if you are in business, for attraction marketing on Skype and permission networking on Skype, permission messaging. You get my recommendations for Skype record keeping and Skype hack safety, and some resources, some free resources to help you with that. You get a huge list of Skype resources, how-to videos on everything from adding contacts to doing Skype calls, how to reach Skype support, which can be a challenge, and even the Skype community forum, as well as many more of my own Skype resources. And you get a bonus. Of course, there's always a bonus. You get an invitation to my Skype networking project so that you can be found on Skype by your target audience rather than going out and searching for people on Skype for your target audience. Have them find you. If you'd like that bonus, go ahead and subscribe by clicking the green subscribe button and filling out the form. Let me briefly tell you about this form. You know, they say when you have a web form, the more fields you have, the less people opt in. Well, I'm going to ignore that because this is totally about Skype and connecting and relationship building and building that relationship and interacting. So I have a lot of fields here, and I encourage you to fill as many out as you can. Your Skype ID is required, your first name is required, your email address is required, the rest are optional. Please allow me to serve you as best I possibly can by giving me as much information about you and your needs as possible. Right? We use permission, attraction, networking, and messaging methods on Skype. So help me understand more about you and your needs so that I can do my best to serve you well. Okay, so let's move down. The very first one is how you use Skype. How do you use Skype? Do you use it for business, for personal, or maybe both? You can only check one of these at a time. So if business includes collaboration, support for people on Skype, educating people on Skype, coaching and teaching, classes, information, team building, networking, and Skype marketing, that would be business. Okay. If you use it just for personal, choose personal. And again, there's your both. Okay, let's move down. Another optional question would be, who referred you? Okay. Please tell me who invited you. Was it a business? Are you getting a special offer from some business you're involved in that is offering you my Skype training with discounts, etc.? Tell me what business that is. Or if a person is referring you, who is your referrer? Who is the person who invited you? Again, optional. You don't have to fill that in if you just found me and no one referred you. What is your favorite Skype topics? Tell me what you Skype with people about most. List as many ways as you can and as you like about ways you use Skype and what you Skype with people about here. This is just a field you can fill in to the limit. Gives you a lot of space there to describe what you Skype about with people. And if you have a Skype question, please ask your first Skype question here. I want to emphasize you will be receiving information from Skype by subscribing to this list, not by email, but from Skype. So you will have access to me as a Skype contact. You will be able to ask me and interact with me. You know how you get to ask questions in support forums or support tickets, support desks, and your question didn't quite get the person to understand the problem well enough? Well, we get to go back and forth with Skype until I get your question right. So ask your first Skype question if you have one. If don't, leave it blank. If you don't, experience. Write a bit about your experience with Skype. If you're subscribing to this basic Skype training, you might be considering your experience limited or not. Tell me whatever experience you have. Some people tell me how many contacts they have, how many Skype rooms they're in. Anything you want to tell me about your experience with Skype. It doesn't even have to be anything I've suggested. Whatever comes to mind about your experience with Skype, you can leave it blank if you like, or you can fill it in. It helps me help you best. And would you like Skype marketing training from me also? Advanced Skype training. I do have a list for that you can subscribe to. If you don't find that, or you don't want to subscribe to that yet, which is smart, you might want to only subscribe to 1 or 2 lists of mine at a time, then I will remind you if you tell me that you're interested in my Skype marketing training. If you like, I can make sure you get my Skype marketing and Skype networking training also. I'll remind you periodically with that 1 to 3 times a month follow-up messages I'll send you on Skype. And finally, do you want invites to new Skype rooms, and why? Are you looking for mastermind Skype rooms? Do you have a particular topic in mind or need, something you want to learn? Is it for general networking and just meeting people on Skype? What topics are you interested in? What is your reason for joining more Skype rooms? You can answer in here again as much as you want, okay, to some limit that's rather large. You might say yes, invite me to Skype rooms. I want help with, and then fill in the blank. I want help with marketing. I want help with social media. I want help with WordPress. I want help with blogging. I want help with traffic. I want help with anything, networking, advertising. I'm looking for Skype rooms I can advertise in. Send me to networking or advertising Skype rooms. Okay, so you can put anything you want in there. Just tell me yes or no you want to be invited to more Skype rooms, and tell me why. What is your need for Skype rooms? And lastly, you will find a box that says, please fill in as much as possible above to help me serve you better. It helps me help you. Only the top few questions are requires. See that? Skype ID, first name, and email address is all that's required, but the more, the better, so that I can serve your needs best. as we scroll down this box, it has the terms of use for subscribing. By subscribing with your Skype name, you agree to receive Skype messages from me, Julie Wolf, about Basic Skype Training, including my support, follow-up reminders, Skype messages, of powerfully helpful resources and action that you can take, as well as related topics, all relevant to you and your needs. You can unsubscribe at any time, and we will still be Skype friends and contacts. The way you do that is with a link called, it's in all capital letters in every message, managed by Skysponder here, managed by this list. It's called Manage Your Subscriptions, and there's a link at the bottom of any Skype message for this Skype list. Note, choose only 1 or 2 Skype lists of mine at a time, please. Simply choose anything simply choose anything that fits you best from my Skype publisher page. And if you copy, it doesn't turn into a link here, but you can copy and paste that and put it in your browser. If you want to see what else is on my Skype publishers page, again, please limit yourself to 1 or 2 Skype lists of mine, because you will get too much Skype follow-up. Okay? More than you can absorb or respond to. Let me know what you're reading, if you're reading, and if it's helpful, and how it's helpful, what else you might need after you read my Skype follow-up messages. That's it. See you on Skype, and you can't uncheck. You must agree to those terms of service. You subscribe by filling in the required fields above and clicking the subscribe. You will get a message, not from email, but from Skype, from me. And it will have a confirmation link, because it is permission, double opt-in messaging on Skype. So you'll click that link to confirm. There's a special message there for you that will come to you in Skype. If it doesn't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I refresh it every day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Skype.